Hi, CP.
Hi, Mummy Bear.
We have a fantastic chit chat coming up.
We sure do. This is episode
57.
57. Couldn't quite remember which episode it was, but don't
You
worry.
Caught me off guard there. And this is with the fantastic and so inspiring
Really
Jamie
inspiring.
Quince-Starkey.
Mm-hmm.
I was slightly blown over by this chat.
Yes.
Everything that came out of Jamie's mouth was inspiring.
You cried, lady. You
Yeah,
cried.
yeah, it's that time of life where I cry at absolutely everything. Poor Jamie. It's been a bit overwhelming. This middle-aged woman just crying, sobbing at everything he had to say. But it really
Yes.
was incredible. Everything he has done, everything he is doing, and everything he plans to do. Just
Mm-hmm.
so exciting. It's just so wonderful to see. Gosh, I am going to sound really old now, but young people who are grabbing life both hands, giving it a thorough shake, and achieving what they
Yes.
have in their heads rather than just going, oh, wouldn't it be great
Mm-hmm.
if someone did this? He is just doing it. So
Exactly.
really inspiring. I imagine for you, Sweet Pea, as well, given that you're even younger than Jamie, you see someone like that and think, oh my gosh, well, sky's the limit.
It's brilliant because throughout the chat it was just hearing how he just went for it. He wasn't going to stop going, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that, or he was just like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
This is a good thing. I'm going to do it. And so it's super, super inspiring. And yeah, it was great.
Fantastic. Well, Jamie was on Gardener's World episode 19 in 2025, and he talked to us a bit about on both Gardener's World and to us about his Down to Earth initiative and the space that he's created so far with this initiative, that being Electric Daisy, and that we did see on Gardener's World. So if you are wanting a visual of what he's talking about, then you can head over to that episode of Gardener's World, or equally go onto Jamie's or Electric Daisy's Instagram page, and also the website, of course. So I'll be linking all of those things. The website is fantastic. He's got a great graphic designer involved.
It's really pretty.
It's really
great.
Yeah, it really lifts off the page. And a line I read referring to Electric Daisy, which I think was from Jamie, was, if Willy Wonka had a kitchen garden with a cocktail bar in a city centre, what would it be?
I love that.
Sums it up well as their website.
Yeah.
So Jamie set up Electric Daisy, but one of the really wonderful things about his progression from thought and concept to achieving it is how he decided one day, well, I'm just going to write Tim Smit of Eden Project fame down in Cornwall, and has now been working very closely with Tim ever since, and Tim is mentoring him, and we hear a bit more about that in our chat. So we get to find out about Jamie's dream garden, and both of us, you'll hear both Sweet Pea and I just almost holding our breath, waiting for him to say this one particular plant, because he had mentioned it on Gardener's World.
Yes.
I think we'd read something about it as well, and it never came. And then we throw in the suggestion, and that in itself opens up a whole new category, the Jamie category, that was created specifically for this dream garden. So listen out for that. But Sweet Pea, tell us what the traditional format of our dream gardens.
Oh, this does happen a lot where we move it around a little bit. So the traditional structure for a dream garden is garden boundary, shed or greenhouse, 5 ornamentals, 5 edibles, 1 stigma tree, pond or pool plus 1 plant, and finally favourite seating area, drink, and 1 plant for that area.
That's it. And we'll be putting, as always, links onto our website. So that's any recommendations that Jamie has made. It'll be also his websites for both Down to Earth and for Electric Daisy, and Instagram pages, all sorts of things like that. And that can be found on our website, which is, Sweet Pea?
notjustagarden.co.uk.
That's it. And if you want to contact us about anything we've talked about on this episode, or have any comments or any questions, then please do get in contact. You can head to our website, which is
notjustagarden.co.uk,
and go to the contacts page, or you can email us at sweetpea
notjustagarden@outlook.com.
That's it. So, Sweet Pea, I think we should have a listen to this episode.
Absolutely.
Find out why Jamie describes himself as 50% truffle pig and 50% mad scientist. This is episode 57, A Good Ol Chit-Chat with Jamie Quince-Starkey.
Off we go.
Welcome, Jamie, to Good Ol Chit-Chat.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Good.
Thank you. Really delighted to have you join us. I imagine you're an extremely busy man with all your ventures that you've set up. We should explain you were on Gardener's World earlier on this year. I think it was episode 19. And you showed your electric daisy space that you have in Derby, in the centre of Derby. And it's this beautiful outdoor space that you have for sort of use by the community. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
So, yeah, Electric Daisy is a community garden event space. We're kind of in like its first initial phase. So it's essentially an outdoor venue. It's off the bottom of the Cathedral Quarter in Derby City Centre, which is kind of not the cultural area of Derby City Centre. I don't know if you've ever been to Derby.
No,
possibly haven't.
Yeah,
No.
I don't blame you. But I'm Derby born and bred, and love and hate Derby equally with a passion. You know, it's my home. It's where my roots are, and I want to see Derby do well. I'm also a massive nature enthusiast at heart, and you know, I'm a massive advocate for how important our relationship with nature is, just from my own personal experience.
You talked a bit about that on the show, didn't you? How you were working, doing factory floor work.
Yeah. And Electric Daisy, essentially, it's come out of Down to Earth, which is like the overarching organisation that we run, and Electric Daisy is kind of one of the ideas that we've conceived, and it's a cultural kind of venture around connecting people with nature and meeting them where they're at. So people might come to Electric Daisy for a house music event. People might come to Electric Daisy for a comedy night. People might come to Electric Daisy for a volunteer session. People might come to Electric Daisy for a market. So there's so many different avenues that Electric Daisy works, you know, and it's around Down to Earth's mission is nature-based regeneration.
So just about Down to Earth, that's something that you set up?
So Down to Earth was where we set everything up, but essentially from my back garden.
Wow.
The idea of Down to Earth kind of was born out of the back of my garden after being quite depressed, finishing a night shift on a Friday morning, and then just feeling really lost and overwhelmed, and feeling the doom and gloom of everything, and you know, feeling like nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change. What can little old me do? And I went out in the garden just to sort my head out, and 3 hours later I was a completely different person that, you know, left the door to go in the garden. And I feel like there's power in putting your hands in the soil and connecting with nature. It's a visceral, primitive thing, and it connects us all back to where we're all from. And that's really important. And, you know, Gardener's World's great, and that connects to a certain audience. Planet Earth's great, very well produced, but it's so well produced that it doesn't connect with relevant audiences. You know, Hans Zimmer's the music producer for some of Planet Earth, which is, you know, it's great. And a lot of the people that we need to get to engage with connecting with nature and change, their only worry in life is most likely survival and keeping a roof over their head and putting food on their family's table. They haven't got time to care about anything else because everything else is so overwhelming that all they're doing is trying to get by, and then bombarded with all this information around how the world around them is falling down, and that's just not going to work for the changes that we need. What's going to work for the changes that we need is by empowering and inspiring people and making connecting with nature as relevant as possible, and doing it in a way that meets them where they're at, you know, and connecting people with where they are, and making it as easy as possible. So when we started with Down to Earth, I'm a shop floor factory fitter by trade, planes, trades and automobiles. I've done it all. And I knew that the message that we were trying to get out there, connecting people with nature, their communities themselves, because we're all part of nature, I knew if I could do that the right way with my peers as a bit of a concept, we're onto a winner. And obviously they took the mick to start with when I started to tell them about what I was doing, which is, you know.
So you had all these ideas in your head, and then you
Yeah.
just were sort of letting them out, and people were saying, "Don't be daft."
Yeah,
Are you mad, bruv?
Yeah, more
Are you mad, bruv?
expletives, probably a few more expletives than that, but yeah. But you
Yeah.
know, like I had some fantastic advice to begin with from a friend of mine who essentially said, if you've got something that you want to do and you're thinking about it so passionately and you know you really want to push it, it's ready, fire, aim. It's not ready, aim, fire. It's ready, fire, aim, and you'll find your way. And you know, if you believe in something, everything will align. So I started sharing around what we were doing. Opportunities started opening up for me. I took what I was doing on the garden and what we were sharing on social media, and I took that to an allotment. And so my friend got an allotment. He was struggling with dealing with maintaining it. I said, well, why don't we start doing meetups and get more people involved, which started as just mates. And then we started sharing on social media, and then people were like, can we come down? So people started coming down. And then we got to the point where we were having people down to these allotment meetups from all over the Midlands. It was wild, really.
Oh, brilliant.
Amazing.
Because that was a reach that we had on social media. And then, you know, I always tell this story because I think it's so appropriate of like, if you share things the right way. We actually got to a point where we had a teacher in Denmark who was following us on Down to Earth's Instagram who wanted to come to Derby for a school trip. And I was like, nah, don't do that. That's mad. Like, don't, like, honestly, it would be the worst trip ever to come to Derby for that.
Poor old Derby.
Yeah.
Derby gets such a bad name.
Yeah.
Well, only with Jamie.
Yeah, well.
I've never heard anyone else.
Well, yeah, I mean, we want to make it something amazing. That's the thing. So, like, that's kind of where I come from. Is that I'm very inspired by the work at Eden Project in Cornwall.
Well, you're in cahoots with Tim Smit, aren't you?
I am in cahoots. I am. You could say we are in cahoots. You could say we've kind of adopted each other.
Yes.
Which is
He's
no
been
good for either of us.
very supportive of what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, without Tim, it just wouldn't have happened, essentially.
So tell me, so that the allotment happened, you had this teacher come over.
She wanted to come. I told her don't.
So she didn't come?
She didn't come, no.
She never came. Oh, but
No.
that's sad. But what did that do then with her? Did that make you realise how far your reach was? And sort of inspire you to keep going?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we were taking people for, you know, we were doing these allotment sessions and we were taking people out for walks in the Peak District and we were just doing what we thought was cool. And we had people from all over get involved. And for me at that time, it was a bit of a proof of concept of how we were relaying our message and how people were engaging with what we were doing. And also what they then went on to do after connecting with us. So
you saw the positive output.
Yeah,
of all of this.
yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And then at that point I was like, okay, I'm a big dreamer. I want to do big things. I love Derby. You know, it might not sound like it, but I love it, and I want to see it do some amazing things. You know, we're perfectly geographically located in the middle of the country. We've got some big economies around the place, and you know, I want to make Derby the home of nature-based regeneration. That's my purpose and mission. And to create a blueprint for change that starts in Derby but can resonate and be cultivated elsewhere. And we do that by creating amazing spaces and doing amazing things on them spaces that connect with people with nature and make connecting with nature relevant, because that's what we really need to do.
You talk about spaces plural. So on the show on Gardener's World, we saw a beautiful, beautiful location, an outdoor space, lots of planting. What other spaces do you have other than that one that we saw?
So we've created a community space, a community garden space for a local developer. So that was a bit of a pilot project, but we work with schools. So we're doing greater green schemes in schools where we're creating more biodiverse and better green spaces.
Cool.
We also run educational programs. Our program most recently that I'm very passionate about, which is very much heart-led for me, is a program called Waste to Wonder, and that is around turning waste into stuff and understanding the circular economy and the circular systems. and getting young people to understand that and make it relevant, because the world that we're going to leave for them, we're talking about the green sector and what that is, and we've got to support them, because right now for young people the future is so dire. You know, what are the careers of the future for them? Because right now there's jobs that have been created for my generation that weren't even a thing when I was in school. So let's empower young people to actually find out what they actually want to do, instead of telling them what box they've got to sit in, because that's how I've got to where I've got to. I've got to where I've got to by realising the problems that we face and aligning my passions, my hobbies, and what I want to do with that. And I think young people need that more than ever, and specifically males in schools are failing by the wayside, and it's an epidemic that's kind of underlying that people don't really realise. And I'm really passionate about that, because that could have been me at school. And the power of connecting people with nature and the magic of growing things, it is so otherworldly. It's so otherworldly, but it's so down to earth at the same time. I think it can just change people. It transformed my life. And I've got a bit of a mission. I did some content previously, and I was talking to football lads around a football pitch and what grows around a football pitch, and like what you can forage, and it was dead fun. And the lads loved it because they know me now and they know what I'm into. But I want to get young lads, and I want to take them from football to flowers, and I want them to grow flowers. Like, and if I can, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to do it, because I don't know about you guys, but like when I got into growing, I was like, right, I'm going to grow my own food, I'm going to grow my own veg, I'm going to be self-sustainable, blah blah blah. And I started learning everything, and I was like, that ain't gonna happen.
No.
But for me personally, like how I grow and how I connect with nature and have these lessons from the garden, I get to a point where I actually stop being so worried about everything being so neat, and think about everything that might be there and live there. So 80% of the time my garden's a wreck. It's my excuse anyway. I'm just doing it for nature.
We do the same. Don't worry.
but like you start growing things for yourself, and over time you stop growing things for yourself and you start growing things for others and other species. And I think that's such an amazing thing to do. And I think, you know, I enjoy growing flowers probably more than I grow anything else. You know, and seeing things that I've planted flourish, and then seeing the pollinators on them, and seeing all the different insects and animals that visit that plant that I planted.
The whole ecosystem you've just
you know,
exactly.
And there's such a power and magic in that. And I think there's an empowering piece that we could do with young people where they can see that they can be a change, and that's really important.
You mentioned earlier about planet Earth and how that's sort of, you know, that's out there and not relatable and all of that, but you essentially are creating planet Earth in your garden and in these spaces, because you are growing a flower and then this whole ecosystem that creates around it. That's all planet Earth is, but just with some fancy camera work. So you've got all these young people now getting involved in planet Earth,
actually do it
in their own local space, and seeing that wonder right there in front of them with their own eyes that they can reach out and touch. It's just fantastic that you're bringing this to the younger generations. I like how you've got this waste to wonder and football to flowers
and
you've
grey
got
to green.
all these great kind of little mini projects within the bigger project that you've created. You're kind of a visionary. You've got a head full of ideas, and instead of just going, well, that's a fun thing to talk about over a beer, you're actually thinking about it, going off and just doing it. When you got in contact, did you get in contact with Tim Smit? So you had all these ideas and you saw Eden Project. How did that relationship begin?
So I was working at Rolls-Royce at the time, building airplane engines, and I was running Down to Earth as a community thing. Along that ready, fire, aim principle, I created Down to Earth. We were doing all the community stuff, but then I was like, I had a mate of mine, and I was like, we need to film this. So we need to just film what we're doing. And he was like, I've actually got time to film, because he was doing his degree, and part of his coursework, he basically documented some of Down to Earth's journey.
Oh, brilliant. So
Um,
it's a win-win then.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll share the link with you. It's a great little video.
Yeah.
And we filmed it, and then I was like, we need to show it somewhere. So we showed it at our local kind of arts and culture centre at a big cinema. It was a full house. You know, it was a bit of a monster making, to be honest, because we made this kind of film and then we didn't realise how many people were going to engage with it and go like, well, what are you going to do now? And I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Because it was just going to be
amazing.
filmed.
I'm just doing one thing. I'm just doing the next thing in front of me.
Yeah.
And we did this film, and then you know, so we documented that, and I've got this, and we've got all these little pieces that all packaged together. And I just got to a point, and it was during COVID, and I was like, if not now, when? I've got the proof of concept of how we're engaging the public and people around what's going off, and it's falling well. And I need to do something with my life. I need to do something big. And, you know, if this is working, we should be amplifying this. And I was really inspired by Eden Project. That place has been there for 25 years and it's, you know, brought X amount into the Cornish economy. It's an amazing space. It's an amazing blueprint of nature-based regeneration. So on a night shift, I wrote an email to Tim and I basically said, I'm going to be doing something similar to Eden Project in Derby. If you want to help me, great. If you don't, no worries. Just want to tell you, I'm a massive fan. Here's a video of everything that we're up to. My plan is this. Any advice you've got, fantastic. But I'm going to be in Cornwall at this time of year, which was like in a couple of weeks. If you want to link up, let me know. And then when I was in Cornwall, he emailed me and he asked me to come meet him. So I went to meet him and his senior leadership team. And then we had a really good chat, and he essentially said, I haven't got any money for you. I was like, damn. He said, I ain't got no money, but I love what you're doing and I want to help out. He says, well, what do you want me to do? And I was like, just be our mate. Like, just be our mate and support us. And he went, well, I'll do one further and I'll mentor you.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So that was 4.5 years ago. I think maybe a bit long, feels like a lifetime.
And how long had Down to Earth been running before that?
Couple years, I think.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was that relationship with Tim has actually like fully transformed everything that we're doing and kind of elevated what we were doing, because as soon as Tim Smit's involved, and
it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's big, and then when you've got that kind of endorsement.
So what is his involvement?
So he sits on our advisory board. He's kind of my mentor and therapist. And then we work in collaboration now with them guys. So they kind of helped us get the ball rolling. They helped us connect with other people and start networking with the right like-minded people. And not only that, Tim actually got me seconded off work from Rolls-Royce to do Down to Earth full time.
Right. So this is your full-time employment now?
Yeah, basically it's my full-time job, and Rolls-Royce sponsor me.
Wow.
But this is I was only supposed to be sponsored for a year. Tim sorted that out in terms of telling the then chief exec of Rolls-Royce, you know, multinational, top 50 FTSE business.
Yeah.
And he's wrote an email to the chief exec, essentially the best cover letter I ever had written for me about what we were doing in Derby. And we had a response in 24 hours from the then chief exec, essentially saying,
wow,
I've got time for Jamie, let's get him off work, let's get him doing this. And I've been doing this for basically I've been seconded for 4 years.
Jamie,
so they
absolutely incredible.
They don't want me back.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then basically after that we started building out this idea of what nature-based regeneration is for Derby city centre and what it will take to deliver it. And you know, it wasn't just one green space here and allotment plots there and doing this and doing that. It was like, culturally, how do we make connecting with nature as relevant as possible? Where are the pathways and touch points in people's lives, day-to-day lives, that we can connect with them? And then we worked alongside Eden Project and the head architect at Eden Project at the time to create a vision for what for Derby of what nature-based regeneration could do, and we created this urban wetland concept. We created this rooftop garden concept, and we created all these amazing spaces that, you know, artist impression, and we presented it to the public after COVID. And people were like, the biggest criticism that we had, you know, we had 350 people turn up to this event where Tim came and a few kind of friends from Eden Project came. And essentially, the biggest criticism that we had at that point was, when are you going to do it?
Right. That's brilliant.
Yeah, so again, I was like, just one step at a time. So yeah, we kind of got to a point where we created some good relationships across the board, public sector, private sector.
Because Derby City Council
are massively on board, which, you know, they've been one of the most amazing partners to work with. It's very hard, I'm not going to lie, like working with local authority, you know, with its systems in place and everything. It's been really difficult, but over time we've created an amazing relationship where without them Electric Daisy just wouldn't have happened. It just wouldn't have happened.
Right.
And we've got an amazing relationship that spans so many different departments within the local authority. To be honest, I think some of the people in Derby City Council are probably sick of me. And they're probably sick of hearing about Down to Earth. But anyway, we worked together in partnership on Electric Daisy with the City Council, and we created Electric Daisy. And Electric Daisy is in its third season, or it's just finished its third season. We're going into kind of season 4 after, like, we hibernate January, February, come back out in March and go full on.
When you say you hibernate, does that mean
down?
It all shuts down during those months? Or is
we shut down to a certain extent. You know, like, if people want private events and want to book Electric Daisy out, then we still do that. February, we might do a few events, but really we take the seasons into consideration, and also, you know, what are the public doing in them times of year. What's really important for Electric Daisy is that it's commercially viable and successful, because if it's not, then we kind of lose.
Yeah, of course. It is a business.
It is a business, and unfortunately, the best way that Electric Daisy proves itself as what it is by measuring the footfall it brings into the city centre, the people that are specifically coming to Electric Daisy for what we're putting on. You know, how is it improving the city?
How are those things measured?
So them things are measured through kind of the events that we put on. We can measure the ticket sales. We can do surveys.
What's your most popular event?
What a question. It's probably a throw-up between some of our music events and our kids' events. So we do stay and play events at Electric Daisy. So we've got like a mud kitchen space, imagination, creative play, mini garden space for kids. Of course, the kids love it, but the parents love it more, because the parents can socialise and have a drink and talk and feed their kids.
Chill
out. The kids are outdoors in nature. They're getting what they need.
Perfect.
They're in a great space. And
they're getting all their energy out.
and so, like, our stay and play sessions, they sell out in less than 12 hours. I think as well, back to that relevance piece, we're so traditional still in our thinking as a society on what people want. And we actually don't even realise what real life is anymore and what people actually want. So I'm a big advocate for third space. So for the theory around third space. So your first space, your first home, is where you live. You know, it's your home that you spend your time at. Your second space is more than likely work or school. You know, it's school or work. Your third space used to be the Legion, the welfare, the WI, the youth club, the pubs, the football. But in a cost of living crisis, and because of current lifestyles, that's dramatically shifting. You know, it's shifting very quickly. So how do we meet people's lifestyles, current lifestyles, and the future lifestyles, whilst also being commercially viable, whilst also making sure that we're making the right positive impact and connecting people with nature, and we stay on mission? So that's the blend of Electric Daisy, is that we're trying to get, and Electric Daisy is such a diverse space, because you could come to a house music event one day, and then you could come with your kids the following day to an event for them, and then you could come to a dining event for a date night with your other half on another day. What have we got this weekend? Saturday we've got, it's Friday, we've got some bands playing. Saturday we've got some DJs doing like a funk soul kind of bit. It was really nice, really low key.
Cool.
And then Sunday we've got Stay and Play, and I think I'm sure we've got some film screenings at some point as well. So we're doing open cinema as well. So
Yeah.
Oh, love those.
Do you attend all of these
no,
events?
Yeah.
no.
That'd be
Oh
exhausting
God,
if
no!
you're constantly
God
partaking.
no! I try to stay far away from
Too
Electric
much.
Daisy
Too
these
much.
days.
Also, you've got a fan club,
Oh,
I
no.
imagine.
Actually,
All on
God,
your
can you
autograph.
imagine? No,
Yes.
I go when I can, and I do like there's certain things that I have to do and have to be there for and be around, and that's fine. But I'm at a point now where I get to actually have the enjoyment out of it as well, and you know that's where Grow Bros came out. So Grow Bros that kind
Yeah.
of came out, me going back to my roots and me going back to why I got into this in the first place, and you know, like starting to get back into growing and doing things that I want to do, and like that whole
Yeah.
garden at Electric Daisy has been grown with volunteers and with the community. Like that whole garden, that whole space has been grown with them people. And in the first year, we actually didn't know how we were going to do the garden. We actually thought we've ran out of money. We don't know how we're going to water the garden because we've actually got no power and water to the site. We were at a point where we were like, we've spent all the money and we've got no garden. So how are we going to build the garden? And then
What did you do?
so then we got some pallet collars, which is how the garden's planted and stacked up, and we laid all them out. And then we weren't really happy with it because it looked dead formal, and you know they're all square and rectangular. And then accidentally, my mate Nev, who was working for us at the time,
Good old
he
Nev.
tripped and he kicked one of the pallet collars into a geometric pattern, and it went on the slant.
Oh no!
And we looked at it and we went,
Oh, that's brilliant.
we went,
Bosh
that's it. That's it.
Nice job.
So then we redesigned the pallet collars and stacked them up.
Brilliant.
And geometry, it looks amazing when you've got like a drone flying over.
Yeah.
And then we did a project with a school and we had a load of subsoil. We got the lorry driver to deliver that to site. And then we were like, well, it's great having subsoil because that's great to like start, but we need compost. And then we got a load of bags of compost donated to us. And they were donated for a reason because all the compost bags were anaerobic, so they were just sweating and suffocating. So there was no life into it. Good old Nev again. He brought the soil back to life because he's magic. Essentially, he's a compost wizard.
Nev's been instrumental.
Oh yeah,
in this.
massive. He runs a company now called Native Biota. I can put you in touch with him because he's a wizard. He's just a wizard. He's good friends with Michael from Compost Club, actually. So we know, we know Michael from Compost Club. Yeah,
Michael Kennard.
Yeah,
yes.
So
brilliant.
Well, so I mean, it's so interesting once you start learning about what's in your soil rather than just seeing it's this brown stuff.
Oh my God!
Again, another ecosystem that's going on.
He brought it to life.
And a lot of fun as well.
He brought it to life, and he put bio. You know, he created this EM1 treatment, and he mixed that in, and then he put biochar on top, so it helped lock carbon and help retain moisture. And that first
create like a mother.
and that first garden, that first kind of year of the garden was unreal. We had people coming in and looking at the garden thinking, how have you managed to do this? And I was like, yeah, I mean that's how you do it. I mean, you know you're doing well when you
just did it.
You know you're doing well when you're the envy of the OAPs visiting.
Yeah.
Like, you know you're doing well. You know, we had no water. We had no water to site, and we were having to go over the road to the church to bring butts of water over the road to water the garden.
What do you do now? Do you have an irrigation system?
We've got water and power on site, which is, you know, bare minimum finally. But yeah, that garden's just taken so many iterations, and I love that because gardens always change, and I love, you know, how communities ebb and flow, and volunteers come in and out, help alter what that space is going to look like and what that garden's going to look like, and you know it never stops.
And I imagine the whole learning process as well is so incredibly rewarding to have come. So just like learning about soil, for example, and you know your brain is continually accumulating more information. As you go through this.
Yeah. I mean, the learning curve has been pretty much vertical. Like it's just been straight up.
Do you sleep at
No.
night, or is your head just buzzing with ideas?
No, I
Yeah.
worry. I worry a lot. No, I've got 2 toddlers, so I do sleep at night because of exhaustion.
Right.
So yeah, I can't not go to sleep.
You mentioned earlier about how you put in ideas about wetlands and roof gardens and things like that. Where are you with those projects?
So as I've learned what we need to do as an organisation and where our time is best spent and how long things actually take, and learn that we can't do everything, we have kind of taken a bit of a step back with certain projects. I mean, with Electric Daisy, we're in its first iteration. We're in conversation to essentially develop that space further so it has an indoor space.
Yes, I saw that. Where are you with getting
So we're
that indoor space?
having some really good conversations. We've got the public really excited. We've got some support in the background on creating a business plan and a business case and proposals for phase 2. So that's what we're kind of calling it, phase 2. So it's exciting, and we've got support from the people that need to support it. So it's kind of where we are now is develop Electric Daisy as is now to go through next year. And then with phase 2, let's develop that idea and put that forward and present it to the people who need to see it and get the right decisions made, which is very exciting because we're at level 3 out of 10 with Electric Daisy is what I would say.
Out of 10.
And so you don't want to spread yourself too thin
No.
by then taking on other projects when you've still got all these plans with Electric Daisy.
Yeah, and also we've got Electric Daisy. That's like our showroom and showcase of everything that we're all about. We've got our education stuff that we do, and then we've got all our design, grade to green stuff that we do. Where we're getting to now is building a really good team of partners that we work with who get our ethos, get our mission, are on the same wave as us, and we're not taking on more work. We've actually got some really big projects in the pipeline for next year, from the education sector to the public sector to the private sector. So we've got some really cool stuff happening next year, but we've had to be a bit more wise to how we actually deliver that and how it's done and who does the work and what our job is in all that. And essentially our job is bringing all the right people to the party and going to find the projects. My job is essentially being 50% truffle pig and going to find the opportunities in 50% mad scientists coming up with mad ideas. I love it.
Great
I love it.
Sounds
I
good.
absolutely love that. And Electric Daisy phase 2 for me will only be a success if people come there and their jaws are on the floor and they go, what is this doing in Derby? Like, that's what I want. You know, best way to describe it is a mini urban Eden and a place that showcases how important our relationship with nature is in the modern world. I want people to have revelations of nature there. That's what I want. People to have revelations of nature, because that's what I've had. And as soon as you have that revelation of our relationship with nature, you've got a duty of care then to carry on. Like, that revelation of nature is massive, and as soon as you make that connection, you're switched. I had a really interesting conversation the other day talking about nature and climate change. The climate change kind of empathy button can be switched on and off. In our brains, we can switch it on and off, and it can come and go.
Yeah, it's true.
It's very overwhelming some days, and some days you can just be blasé about it, and then some days it can really get to you. However, the switch that connects us to nature and our relationship with nature, when you switch that on, you can't switch it off. And that's it. You're locked in. Regardless of what you're going to do, you understand the importance of nature. It might be that you go out for a walk. It might be that you potter in the garden. It might mean you start a new business venture. It might mean that you're trying to find a community involved in that stuff. But your brain changes. And that's really important that we realise this, because we're not going to connect people with nature through doom and gloom. We're going to connect them by saying, guys, this is really cool. This is really wicked. Get involved. Get on board.
Absolutely.
Join the party. Like, just join the party. The invitation's open. Like, get involved, and let's see where it goes. I'm a big believer in things might be doom and gloom, and it might look like the Titanic sinking, but I also believe that many hands make light work, and if we change the critical mass of this planet to connect with nature and to understand how important it is, and to get involved putting the hands in the soil or whatever it might be. And if we do that at a certain scale, we are nature. We are nature. Like, we are part of it. And I think there's a bigger kind of consciousness there that shifts, and we'll see miracles happen.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Yeah. I'm completely on board with that. And if you can start it right from the bottom, so it just becomes inherent, it just is part of everyone's lives, it'll change the world.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
And you know, what's the point?
Absolutely.
This is my perspective. What is the point of doing anything other than trying to change the future? If our job isn't changing the future, what is the point of us being here? Because we all know how bad it is. So regardless of what it is and what role that is, you know, whether it is a cleaner in an organisation that's doing the best thing, or whatever that job role is, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as it's moving that dial forward to change.
To start off with your dream garden, what would be the garden boundary? So surrounding your garden, if you want one.
Oh, I don't know.
We really were hoping not for a...
Yeah.
Do you know? I don't know. Would you want your dream garden? So this is something you could have anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Would you have it in an urban space? Would it be out in the countryside? Would it be another country altogether?
Think outside the box.
I mean, I love my garden.
Yeah.
And I know.
Is it your dream garden?
Is it exactly
where
what you want?
my head is that I want to turn my garden into my dream garden. So, like, I'm already on there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what boundaries would you have
then?
to make it your dream boundaries for your dream garden?
I think, you know, just like have the old simple hedging. It's good. It's good for wildlife. A wildlife friendly hedging for birds.
Yeah.
So hedgehogs can get through. Native planted.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a big fan of zoning areas as well. And I think zoning areas, so your garden is very. You go on a journey.
You mean like garden rooms?
Yeah.
Oh, I
see.
see.
You go on a journey through the garden and you explore one place and go to another.
Yeah.
That's something that I really want for my own garden, and it's something that kind of from my childhood. That's what I remember from my grandparents' garden, is that like it was all like, you know, there's a pond round the corner and it's all hedged off and you can only see it if you go to a certain space. And I really big fan of that stuff. So yeah, and then
were they big gardeners?
They were back in the day, yeah.
So did any of that rub off on you when you were little?
I think so. You know, and the allotment, going to the allotment, like, you know, that them memories.
Absolutely.
How big would your dream garden be? Or would it be what you have there?
It probably would be what I have now, because I want a garden that I can enjoy and potter in, but then I also want like a small holding. That's what I want. I want like a mini farm. That's my dream.
Right. Okay. So where would your mini farm be?
Probably in Derbyshire.
Right. And
God, I'm so boring, aren't I?
No, not at all. Where in Derbyshire would it be?
Yeah, since I don't know.
Tell us the
I'd probably
spots.
say before the Peak District. You know, Derbyshire's a beautiful place, and before the Peak District, having a small holding there and having a kind of farm there would be amazing.
So views off the Peak District.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so a small holding, are we talking sort of a couple of acres?
Yeah.
Couple of acres.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Maybe 4, so I can have some cows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're speaking Sweet Pea's language. She's always saying, when I am older, I'm going to have space for cows and she's going to rescue all these farm animals, basically.
Yeah, that's always been my plan, was to have a huge rescue centre full of animals.
Nice.
Okie dokie. Then, would you like a shed or a greenhouse if you had to choose between the two?
What a
we know.
A silly question.
I know.
We
sorry.
need an element of jeopardy in this, Jamie.
We love to do
that. I can't choose.
Smash them together then. We'll have a sheen house.
I think a shed is so important. Like, it's just so important. And then a greenhouse, can I mix them both together?
We'll have a
can I
sheen
blend?
house.
So you get
can have
these
a
sort
hybrid.
of potting shed type things, which
Yeah.
are glass one side and wooden
Yeah,
sheddy
and then
bit
have all
the
your
other side.
garden tools on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that then.
Okay, great. And so what sort of size?
What look?
You're doing loads of seedlings in your greenhouse then?
Oh, it's got to be big. It's got to be big enough to fit all my tools in, and for
Yeah.
me to potter and to do DIY bits. But then also, it's got to be big enough to do all the seedlings.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
talking big.
I miss my greenhouse. I need one.
So you don't have a greenhouse in your garden?
I don't. I used to have one, and then it was falling apart, so I got rid of it.
Right.
I'm going to be rebuilding one.
Oof.
I need
Yeah.
to put chickens in my garden. Basically, my garden at the minute is a bit of a state
Right.
because it's kind of gone through it's gone through a bit of a change. But my plan is I want to create a mini studio in the garden, so I've got a writing space, office space.
Oh, cool.
All right. When you say a writing space, are you
Writing books.
Books?
The plan, I want to write books. Yeah, I want to write.
Of course,
a book.
there's a plan to write
Yeah.
a book. Where does Jamie stop?
And of course, that
Yeah,
keeps you up
yeah.
all night thinking about that.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
book are you wanting to write?
Yes.
bit of a plan, a bit of
Grow
a how I
Grows.
got here,
Right.
and how others can do
Oh,
this,
it's definitely a book,
Good
isn't
idea.
it? For sure.
Yeah.
So inspiring.
and all the mad things that have happened to get here,
Yeah.
and just make it really
Fantastic.
accessible. That if people read it, they do it. They go, do you know what? If he can do it, I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's
just do
what
it,
I want
isn't
to
it?
do.
Just
Yeah,
do it.
just do it.
Have the
Exactly.
idea, do it.
But yeah, so in my garden, creating that space. I want the chickens in my garden as well because I want to kind of go through that with my kids and help them understand where food comes from, and
Yeah.
also composting wise, I want
they're
that.
great.
So you have a big composting station.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want
That's
to
my
be
dream.
yeah, fully circular.
Yeah.
So Nev, who runs Native Biota now, he doesn't grow plants. He grows soil. He
That's
grows
very
compost, and if you get that, like you say, if you get that right,
Yeah.
all you're doing with the plants is you're showing it. You're
Yeah.
showing it as an example
Yeah.
of if you get it right, and I
Yeah.
think that's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I want with my small holding. I want to do a regenerative farm, and I want to do it in a way that kind of acts and works with nature.
Absolutely.
And I just want to be present in it. I just want to be present in it and just see it happen, because I think that's such a every book you read and every story you hear and every documentary you see of people who go and do this stuff, that healing of nature, of being able to do that, it's so evident. So yeah, I'm really, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds really
Sounds
good.
good.
We've got a proper dream garden here. It's looking very
Nice.
nice. One thing on your sheen house, what are we having? Wooden frames or metal frames, and painting or no painting? What's the look?
I think a really nice timber frame.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like a proper it's like a proper good joinery job.
Yes.
Something unique. Keep it wooden.
In your dream garden, you'll have someone who'll maintain it.
Exactly. You don't have to worry.
You don't have to worry about maintenance.
The weathering.
You don't have to worry about maintenance now.
No, exactly. Well, that sounds very good.
I want that semi-retirement life. That's what I want now.
Don't we all, Jamie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think even at 18, you want a semi-retired life. That would be ideal.
I've got too many hobbies. I've got too many hobbies. I could.
And you want to do them all.
I want to just go do all that stuff instead.
Well, then onto my favourite plant, which is, what would be 5 ornamentals for your dream garden? Hardest question of all.
It is really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hydrangeas.
Okay.
One of my favourites.
Yeah.
One of my favourites.
Do you grow those?
Yeah.
You've got a good climate for them.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What colour are they? Have you got
Yeah.
acid soil there, or are you quite alkaline?
They're starting to. We put some in as blue, and they've
Starting to go
kind of
pink.
just gone. They've just mixed.
It's disappointing when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
just
going to
mixed.
put any acid down on the soil? Or you'll just
No,
let them
probably
do
not.
their
I mean,
thing?
we've got a few different hydrangea bushes in. We've actually got a really nice white one as well,
That's
which is
nice.
really nice. So hydrangeas,
That's great.
sweet peas.
Yes.
Sweet peas.
Come on,
Come on.
come
course
on,
you want
What's
sweet
Obs,
wrong
peas.
with that?
Obs.
Oh,
But I genuinely think sweet peas are one of the best things. Like, just
Yeah.
like they're
Fabulous, yeah.
such a fun thing to grow. They smell amazing, and like when you cut them and put them in your house,
Huge
Yeah.
there's no
branches.
better smell.
and there's a constant supply of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you grow
Yeah.
those, do you? Do you have them growing up?
I grow them
stakes
at
or
home.
Up a
I
fence?
grow them at
or-
home, and then we grow them at Daisy as well.
What do you have them growing up?
At home, we do them in pots and then kind of cane them up.
Like an obelisk type.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I have whatever's spare, I just throw it in wherever. That's my kind of gardening.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, so there's 2. So these are like annuals, aren't they? Can we do
anything.
perennial?
Or you can have
It's
anything.
ornamental.
Wisteria then. I want a
Wisteria.
wisteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Purple one.
Yeah. And then I love aces.
Oh, aces are gorgeous. Very difficult to look after, but lovely.
Yeah. Well, mine are doing all right in the garden, actually.
That's good. Are you quite sheltered?
Yeah.
Oh,
got like
great.
a proper microclimate garden.
Oh,
So it's an amazing. It's the reason why we bought the house was because of the garden.
What sort of size is your garden?
Yeah,
it's probably, I can't think, maybe 18 meters long, maybe longer, actually, probably a lot longer. I'm trying to think in acreage.
So what about if I always go to a 25-meter swimming pool and do everything off that?
Yeah.
Is it about the length of a 25-meter pool?
I would actually say so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's long,
as wide as the house.
And as wide as the house. Yeah, it's massive. It's like a little. So we've got a small cottage, but going into the garden is like Narnia.
Right.
It's so big.
Lovely. So you're fully detached.
Brilliant.
No, we're in the middle of 2 other houses, but our garden is what we've been told is it's the biggest garden in the village that we live in.
Really?
And
cool.
the people who used to live in our house actually run a plant nursery.
So did they leave loads of plants in the garden?
There's some crazy stuff in here, yeah. I mean, we've got a mulberry tree in the garden. It's around 30 years old, and it's massive and it's beautiful.
That's very cool.
There's kind of loads of things, and then you disturb the seed bed and stuff, and then other stuff kind of comes through, which is really nice.
How long have you been there?
Yeah.
8 years. 8 years
okay.
soon, yeah.
Oh, that's the dream, to have someone who owns a plant nursery.
That is the dream.
Yeah.
They leave all their plants behind.
Amazing.
It's fabulous. Well, then you've got one last ornamental.
Other.
Yeah.
I love alliums. I love foxgloves. I love echinacea. I love echinacea.
I love echinacea.
It's so difficult. I've found it so difficult to actually grow.
Right.
And then I've grown it and I've got it established. And I think it's such a pretty flower. It's really tough, isn't it? This is.
I know.
They don't like to be crowded, echinacea.
No.
That was the problem we had. They got too crowded. Because I like the idea of them growing up through ornamental grasses.
But they don't like
that.
Sort of a prairie vibe. But they got too crowded and a lot of ours died, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, what another ornamental. I do love a foxglove, but I do love echinacea. What do I want?
You can have an honourable mention.
Yeah, you can have a special mention.
Go foxglove.
Okay, special mention.
It's a classic, isn't it? It's a classic.
Yeah.
A bumblebee hotel.
Yeah, and then
special mention.
And then the echinacea.
Yeah.
Just the echinacea gets in mention because it's just such a
it's
such a solid plant as well. When it grows and it's established, it's a good one.
Okay.
Good choices. I like all of those.
Yeah, I'm very happy with those.
I'm surprised, or maybe we'll see if this comes up in your edibles.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. What would be 5 edibles?
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Straight in there.
I love just growing
all of them.
All of the variety of tomatoes.
Yeah.
All outdoors? Because you don't have your greenhouse, or
I'd have a mix, indoors and outdoors.
Are you growing any at the moment?
No, we've got an office space with seeds. I want to get on it properly.
Yeah.
But because I'm kind of like in between because I can't do stuff at home. So I'm like, right, I'll do stuff at Electric Daisy.
You're too busy.
I know.
Let's get that semi-retirement sorted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know garlic as well?
Oh, yes.
Garlic is just like...
Oh.
You're preaching to the converted again.
One of the best things you can ever grow.
And it's just so good for you.
Yeah.
I force feed sweet pea garlic because I swear that's what gets us through flu seasons.
Yeah.
Lemon juice and garlic is so important. On our latest Garden as Well recap, I actually looked into garlic, different ways of preparing it. So if you have a whole garlic, which we often do on a roast, so you just roast them whole, is a softer flavour. The more you smash it up, the more of you activate various chemicals which produce the more sort of potent tastes and smells.
Yeah, I love garlic.
And also that it's prone to botulism. If you make garlic oil,
you've
got to refrigerate that. If you leave that out for just 2 hours, botulism can grow because the
No way.
alkaline environment of the oil on the garlic, it can immediately grow, and it's odorless and it's tasteless, so you don't know till you've consumed it, and then you're in all
That's
sorts of
crazy,
trouble.
isn't it?
And then in the fridge, you should only have it in for a couple of days, 2 to 4
max.
days before it
I have
grows.
to remember that.
Yeah.
I have to remember that. So what we got? Tomatoes, garlic, chilies.
Chilies, yeah.
Of course.
Very nice.
I love spice.
Yeah.
It's going to be mad, but if I've got loads of space and I can grow whatever I want, I'm going to grow potatoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
this
again,
is your dream garden, so of course you got the space.
Got loads
like
of
you are
space.
growing potatoes, and if you've got tomatoes and garlic, then you've literally got a full meal.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
You don't need anything else, do you?
No.
So would you imagine in your dream garden that where you're growing all your edibles is separated off maybe in a walled bit, or would you just
Yeah.
have it all be in amongst the ornamentals?
No, I would probably separate it.
So kitchen garden.
I'm actually thinking. I mean, I've got some big work to do in my garden to like landscape it again. But I'm really excited because it's perfect time of the season, and I want to really smash the season this year back in my garden.
Yeah.
So I want to get that greenhouse built and get the chickens in the garden and do all them bits. So yeah. So what we got? We got tomatoes, garlic, chili, potatoes. I'm a very simple man. I'm a simple man of simple pleasures.
Well, that's very good.
I can have anything.
Are you going to
Can
say
have
the
anything. I'd grow bananas.
Okay.
I'd grow banana. Don't grow anything. I'm obviously going to grow bananas.
That completely took me by surprise.
Wow.
Good.
But I'm completely up for it as well. Bananas, why not?
But I want
you eat a lot of bananas.
Yeah.
Love a banana.
Now,
Yes.
I need to pick you up
We
on
have to
something
get
here.
this
You
in.
say you're a man of simple taste.
You are.
However, you haven't named the one we thought you would, and that's artichokes. You even have a tattoo of an artichoke.
Yeah, I do have a tattoo of an artichoke.
You're going to tattoo it on yourself. You need to put it in your
Why
dream garden.
Yeah.
Did your artichoke not come into your dream garden?
I mean, how many have I got? I've only mentioned 4. I've got one more.
You've done
You've
5.
got 5. Tomatoes, garlic, chilies, potatoes and bananas.
Oh, wow.
Poor old
Don't know.
artichoke.
I know.
You haven't got banana tattooed on you.
No.
have you?
Yeah, but you know, with artichokes, I do look. Well, to be fair, you are right, because with artichokes, if it is my dream garden and I don't have to faff around, because artichokes are an absolute faff.
They're not.
They're not.
They are. No, they're great to grow. They're great to grow.
You mean to prepare them?
And to prepare.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to boil them for ages.
I ain't got time for that. But if I've got an artichoke prepper,
cuisine person,
and that's their full-time job in my garden.
Yeah.
If I've got an artichoke prepper and that's their only sole job, then yes.
Okay.
Special mention. We'll mention it.
Yeah.
That would be the very special mention. Now, my question is, the artichoke that is tattooed on you, is that an artichoke in flower or not?
Just about to.
Just about to flower. So you haven't got the purpley flower on it.
Yeah, but it's just in black, so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Right.
But I love artichoke and cardoon.
Yeah.
Just as a plant, I just think it's as an ornamental. I just think it's such a beautiful plant, and it looks Jurassic.
Yeah. Oh, it's so architectural, isn't it?
Can I have that in between my ornamental and veg? Can I have a middle one where it's both?
Just as an either or.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can somehow fit that in there.
Stick another category.
Okay.
Because that's it for me. Because that's why I love them. And to be honest, right now at Electric Daisy, the ones that I planted early summer, late spring, they didn't really like the summer season. They started to go through autumn. And now they're kind of in a position where they're quite established in the garden now through winter. So I've got a good feeling that next year they're going to be absolutely massive. They're going to be absolutely massive next year, yeah. So in my garden, I've got a border that was too big. It was like a couple meters wide, and it was too much to maintain. So we've brought it in, and we've actually seeded. So we've made the lawn a little bit bigger, and we've clover lawned it, and we've put the border in, and it had ornamentals in that. We were just like, that's not us. We put stuff in, and we were like, that's not really us. It's not really doing anything. They're big shrubs, and we were like, do you know what? Let's just wildflower it. So we wildflowered it, and it popped last year.
Oh,
but
great.
I think what I'm going to do next year to give it a bit more. I mean, we put some grasses in. It's got verbena in.
Lovely.
And then it's got some wildflower in.
Yeah.
And I think next year, I'll probably the additional thing that I'll probably put in it next year is artichokes. just for that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
that leveling.
Very cool.
And then your artichokes have got a lot of space to grow, and it becomes a real wildflower haven then.
Yes.
And then when you leave them, so we have now these big fluffy brown seed heads, and the birds come and they sort of pick out some of the fluffiness from them. Those huge things just hanging over.
Yes.
They look beautiful now at this time of year, and are still sort of providing for the wildlife. They're
I'm going to
brilliant
do
plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Good plan.
That's why I love them. I love them because they just look Jurassic, and then the flower head just is.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of what you'd expect to come off that plant.
Completely, isn't it? It's just so striking.
Absolutely.
Do you have any plans for any more vegetables to be tattooed on you? Or
Yes.
are you...
Potentially other. Yeah, potentially. I want mushrooms as well.
Mushrooms.
That's what I want.
Very cool.
Yeah, I want a mushroom tattoo.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I've got a few ideas. Just don't have time to sit still
Where's
for an
the
hour.
No. What would be your one statement tree?
It's interesting you said you've got a mulberry in your garden, because that's been a statement tree for some of our guests.
I love it. I love it. It's such an amazing tree. But if you happen having a statement tree,
any tree,
the one that you look at and go, wow,
it's got to be an ancient English oak tree.
Yes, we love those.
Can't go wrong.
An ancient English oak tree that's home to like a million different species, and I can build a treehouse in it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yes.
Sounds
like
very, very good.
Yeah, an English oak, it's so much more than just a tree, isn't it? It brings all the wildlife with it, a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And it sort of also it takes you back to childhood stories, doesn't it? Of things like the faraway tree I always think of as being
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And then a tree house, of course, beautiful.
Yeah.
Would you have a pond or a pool, and what plant would you have kind of in it or around it?
What?
Can I not have both?
You can have a natural swimming pondy pool thing.
Oh God, that's so tough.
So you'd like to have a swimming pool?
Defo, natural swimming pool in the garden.
Oh, a natural swimming pond. Well, that's kind of a natural swimming pond.
You can have plants in there as well. Okay,
so
we'll go with
in your
that.
dream garden, would you have a chlorinated type or a salt
No,
type?
it wouldn't be
you'd
chlorinated.
Like a natural. So
a
natural
natural
swimming
one,
ponds.
Yeah,
so
natural.
That ticks all boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what size are we talking?
And what plant?
I'd say probably.
Are you wanting swim lengths?
Yeah.
Yeah, a third of a 25-metre swimming pool. So what's that?
Why did you have to go and divide it by 3? That is so unfair.
Don't know.
So it's 8.333333333.
Well, there you go. Because obviously we need to stay in swimming pool length, so we know.
So you want 8 1/3 metre long pool?
Yeah, that's what I want.
You can't really do lengths in 8 metres though.
Okay, 10 metres then.
Okay, thank you
for
bumping
from
it up.
the other end.
Natural pond, pool.
So what would be the one plant? Obviously, you'd have a few plants, but what would be the one plant if you could only choose one to have in it? And it can be on the periphery, or it can be one of the water plants.
I'd have grasses around it.
Ooh.
Grasses around it, okay.
So it makes it like a little secret.
That's nice.
That's a nice
place.
idea, yeah. Hidden away.
Yeah.
I haven't had that before.
Gonna do it.
That.
Do you have a particular grass you can think of?
No.
Just grasses.
No. I feel like grasses have come in, haven't they? I feel like grasses are the thing that people are starting to be like, you know what?
Prairie
I need
planting.
to make more time for you in my garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's like a movement.
There's the designer Piet Oldorf, that's almost his signature design is the grasses, and that seems to be the inspiration for a lot of people when they're doing their gardens. We've tried a bit of it in our garden with varying degrees of success, as with everything in our garden.
I think that's just how it goes, though.
Yeah.
Now we have the final question, the big question. What would be your favourite seating area to sit back and chillax in, a drink to have with you, and a plant to have by your side?
Great question. And I know I can answer this straight away.
Oh, good.
So in my garden, I'm creating like a seating area with a pergola, but also I'm putting like an outdoor kitchen.
Oh, brilliant.
So we want to build an outdoor kitchen because I love cooking on a barbecue, and I love cooking straight out of the garden with like fresh stuff.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
The plant that I would have with me in that space would have to just be rosemary.
Yeah.
In all its ways.
Yeah.
Rosemary is just such a beautiful plant, shrub, so medicinal.
Keeps the mosquitoes away.
Does keep the mosquitoes
and it goes
away.
on everything. You can put rosemary on absolutely everything.
And in your drinks.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so what? I'm having a drink in the garden as well.
Just to
You're
chill
having a
out
drink.
I'm having a drink. Oh,
are you
God.
sitting at for the seating, are you sitting at a table? Are you imagining table and benches?
Just something communal. Like a table and benches, something communal that you can invite everybody to.
Lovely.
Yeah. So benches are good. Everyone can slide on, shunt up a bit.
And then a drink. I love a mojito.
Oh, yeah.
But there's nothing better than just an ice cold bottle of beer.
That does sound good.
There's just nothing better.
Any particular type?
No, just a quality. I would just say a quality.
Okay.
Quality, ice cold bottle of beer.
Very nice.
After a long day in the garden.
Yeah. Sounds bliss.
Fire's on, you're cooking food.
Friends coming around.
Yeah.
Friends coming round.
Everyone's happy.
Sun shining.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mellow sunny evening.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too
the
cold.
sunset.
20 degrees.
Yes.
Give or take.
Yes.
View of the Peak District.
Yeah.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can really picture that.
I love that.
You've just taken us to a very calm
place.
Nice.
Very chill.
And now I've just got to go back outside and look out the window and it's grey. All the work that I need to do in the garden. One day we'll get there.
Well, you're in your dream space right now.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to read back to you your dream garden just in case there's anything I want to change or anything I got wrong or need to add in. So, the garden boundary, we weren't too sure what we wanted, but it's definitely going to be in Derbyshire. Views of the Peak District, lovely. You wanted lots of different zone areas in your garden and a good old simple wildlife native hedge going around with all the sorts of different plants in there. You also definitely wanted to have a regenerative mini farm, but also garden. So we were talking a good maybe 4 acres. Cows especially need to be on that farm. Chickens as well in there. And of course, huge composting stations. Then you wanted a sheen house, a hybrid potting shed for your tools and your seedlings, really big with a nice timber frame with that lovely natural colour, and someone else will look after it for you, of course. Then your 5 ornamentals, we had hydrangea, sweet peas, wisteria, aces, foxgloves, and a special mention to echinacea. Then we're just going to whack in there cardoons and artichokes as a separate thing. Who knows where that came from, but it came from somewhere.
Special Jamie category.
Jamie category. And then your 5 edibles, which were going to be in a separate kitchen garden, were tomatoes, all varieties, indoors and outdoors, garlic, chilies, potatoes, bananas, with a special mention to artichokes, with a specific person to prep them for you to eat, of course.
Artichoke prepper.
Artichoke prepper. Very important.
Yeah.
Then your 1 tree was a beautiful ancient English oak tree with a greenhouse in it and all the wildlife as well. Then you wanted a natural swimming pond, 10 metres long, and grasses around it to make it all secretive. And then your lovely seating area was with a pergola and an outdoor kitchen, rosemary bayou, and a nice ice-cold bottle of quality beer.
I want to be there now.
Oh my gosh, that sounded
It's not fair, is it?
Really beautiful.
Nailed it.
It's not fair.
Jamie, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. So much more I'd love to hear. We're definitely going to be watching closely.
Yes.
And I wish you every success with all these mini projects within your big projects.
Absolutely.
And I think if anyone can do it, it's you, because you've got a track record, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. You have to get yourself down to Electric Daisy. Or up.
We will. Up. A bit up. But thanks so
Yeah.
much for taking time out of your busy time to talk to us. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys. Enjoyed it. Thank you.
Lovely.
That's been a good old chit chat with Jamie.